I was there at the exact time, the exact day, and I was in tears, man, knowing my father pulling himself out just about where I was.
While Carlton filmed himself, a national Vietnamese film crew was filming him, Ho Chi Minh TV, finding fascination with Carlton going back to the very country that essentially took his father away from him. Under escort, he was even able to go visit a former colonel in the North Vietnamese Army.
Only the soldier, common soldier, by himself, directly fighting with the enemy, and understand the value of the land.
And only his son understands the value of unconditional love and a desire to turn his father's nightmare into a movie he's been dreaming of for a long, long time.
For birds are down, with men on the ground, into any flies.
And Carlton is hoping his father will receive the Distinguished Flying Cross for his actions. And if you served with Lance Cross in Vietnam, Carlton would love to hear from you. For more information, log on to our website at live5news.com. And for more information on Carlton's project, The Last Time I Saw America, you can log on to our website, live5news.com.
Coming up on Live 5 News.
All right, everyone, what do you think about that? Let's give it up for Carlton Walker is a very special guy. His father by birth is not here to able to be here to join us, but we are pleased to have Carlton's mother and his dad. If they could come up in support of Carlton, let's recognize Carlton's parents as well as we celebrate. As you can tell by the video, Carlton has had to endure lots of ups and downs in his life. But as I will share with you, it's been a story of overcoming. Carlton began his adventure with Cutco in May of 1994, 13 years ago. He had just finished a stint in the U.S. Navy. Look at the handsome young Carlton. Look how clean shaven. That's what the military school will do for you. He served in Somalia, by the way. And here's a picture with Carlton with Colin Powell. And prior to his Navy experience, Carlton faced a lot of adversity in his life. As was referenced in the video, Carlton's father was so traumatized by his experience in Vietnam that when Carlton was 5 years old, he left, and Carlton didn't see him for 20 years. There are other issues that Carlton dealt with as well as he was growing up, and my understanding is there's a movie coming out that will explain all those things, right, Carlton? And there's other issues that Carlton had to face. But when he came back from the Navy, what he shared with me is that he really had very little direction for his life. Didn't really know where he wanted to go. I think this picture kind of sums that up. That is a directionless Carlton Walker. We're going to leave that up for you. But he served his stint in the Navy. He was confused, as you can tell. He was confused. He didn't have any real goals. He didn't have a real plan for his life. He didn't know what he was supposed to do. Well, that all changed when he responded to an ad in a newspaper in Charleston, South Carolina for this job selling these knives called Cutco. Carlton, like everyone here, went through training and didn't get off to the best start that first summer in 1994. On his very first demo, our future Hall of Famer sold nothing. On his second presentation, our future Hall of Famer, he did make a sale for a turning fork. We forgot to tell Carlton we sell knives, not forks. Eventually, Carlton sold his first homemaker, and that first summer went on to sell about $15,000, which is a pretty solid job, but 15 grand, Carlton, not the signs of a future Hall of Famer. But he kept learning, he kept growing, and he had a great mentor in the business, his manager by the name of Bowen Asserson. And through Bowen and the environment with Cutco, Carlton really started to change. He started to believe in himself. He started to think that he could accomplish big things with Cutco and in life if he set his mind to it. The next 2 summers, Carlton won scholarships. In 95 and 96, totaled over $30,000, a couple different campaigns, and won his first 2 All-American scholarships. It was very common to see Carlton up on stage taking trophies. There's Carlton in the middle there. It usually wasn't just a trophy, it was usually number 1. We had a conference where we had a special guest, Hall of Famer himself in the NFL, Johnny Unitas. And there's Carlton taking home a push winner from a current Hall of Famer at the time, foreshadowing that would soon be 2 Hall of Famers. In the summer of 97, Carlton won his 3rd scholarship. He also broke the all-time region record in sales for May. He finished number 14 in the nation for the year. He won his 4th scholarship. The next May, he broke his May record. But there was one thing that Carlton had not accomplished in the business that no one had, that he had set out to do. No one at that time had ever had a push performance of over $20,000 in our region's history. He set his sights on a $20,000 push. To put that in perspective, our number 1 push this week was $11,000 push. And this was almost 10 years ago, and no one had done this before.